asa nandritra ny 10 taona ny natao, ny asa mafy ary ny asa fatratra. Tena raharaha ikambanana teo amintsika rehetra.
A lack of available resources has kept many Malagasy students and researchers from pursuing research in their respective fields. With limited government budget and support, researchers often depend on funding from abroad. Despite this limitation, a particular group of Malagasy researchers and their foreign counterparts have been studying lemurs for many years in the eastern forest region. Their efforts have led to the discovery of a new species of lemur, one of the smallest in Madagascar.
Notivetiny raha natsakaina nandritra ny fotoana maro izay. Nanapa-kevitra nefa ireto mpiaraka ireto fa nampitondraina ny anarany profesora jonahi izany varika izany dia hoe
Microcebus jonahi.
Ny Microcebus jonahi dia anisan'ireo Microcebus ngeza vatana izay milanja eo amin'ny 7-20 grama ary mirefy eo amin'ny 3-9 milimetatra eo ny halavany. Miloko volontany somary mena ny vatany ary ny sofiny dia kely ary matevina sy fohy ny volony. Eo anelanelan'ny masony dia misy tsipika fotsy miakatra mitohy makany andriny.
The Malagasy people are proud to discover this new lemur species and excited for its potential impact on tourism. But who exactly is Professor Jonah Ratsimbazafi? People with a handicap can sometimes be a burden to their community, but this professor's story is different. A Malagasy native, he is the 4th child of Ratsimbazaf Charles and Razanatsimba Bernadette. Since his childhood, Professor Jonah was always fond of animals and research. His disability on his left arm did not stop him from pursuing his studies, a goal that he set out to reach from a young age. He graduated from university and continued his studies in the United States for 7 years. Others envied his humility and the lofty goals he set out to accomplish. He continued his studies in the field of physical anthropology and primatology. He worked tirelessly to protect lemurs, an animal found only in Madagascar, and ultimately ended up dedicating his life to them. Thanks to advancements in technology, his work and many publications are well known among scientists and citizens all over the world. It has long been his wish to contribute to the development of Madagascar and the protection of the environment, especially in conservation of lemurs and other primates. Professor Jonah is an accomplished scientist and has received several international awards. He always says never give up, a phrase that has a place deep in his heart.
Disney Conservation Hero Award.
In addition to the Association JERP, which he currently leads, many groups and organizations around the world work with him and place their trust in him. He's the first African to be elected president of the International Primatological Society.
Tena ray aman-dreny lehibe izay ajaiko fatratra dia professeur William Ndrembolona hoe toerana ohatrandreny tsy toeram-boninahitra fa toeram-pandroana.
Professor Ratsimbazafi acknowledges that the Malagasy people have lots of work to do in the area of environment, and that many people don't realize that this sector can still be developed. Madagascar's beauty attracts many tourists, especially because the island has so many different animals that can be found nowhere else in the world. foreigners visit to see and photograph these animals, especially lemurs. Professor Jonah wrote in one of his books that for him, the definition of a retired person is not about age at all. Rather, a retired person is someone whose mind refuses to think critically and to search for answers.
Among the many unique and amazing aspects of Madagascar is its rich variety of lemurs. Many American researchers come here to conduct important lemur conservation research side by side with Malagasy researchers and the local communities. This past year, I was honored to participate in the World Lemur Festival in Ranamafana on World Lemur Day in October to show my appreciation for all of the hard work and dedication behind lemur conservation. Today, I'm thrilled to learn about this important discovery, and I remain impressed by the ongoing commitment and tireless work of the GERP for the conservation of lemurs. The people of Madagascar are rightly proud of these fascinating animals, and we encourage all efforts to protect them in their natural habitats. Bula manantich ni fiarabana sinifi sorananareo atrani amni asa mafi si feno fundavantantena ataunareo.
I'm so excited and pleased to congratulate Professor Jonah of JERF for having a new species of mouse lemur, Microcebus, named after him. It's a really fitting tribute to one of the world's greatest, most legendary primatologists, and I am so sure that this will inspire many generations of other conservationists that live and work here in Madagascar, trying to save this unique but terribly threatened natural habitat.
Tumkulai si tumkulavi manona tumku. This is really a historic event. I think it's going to have impact around the world. Lemurs are Madagascar's most important heritage, and the fact that they're getting this kind of attention both within Madagascar and globally is tremendously important. So by having this wonderful event with all of you, I hope that we can focus the attention of the people of Madagascar and the world on the future of these wonderful animals, their natural habitats, and the people of Madagascar who benefit from their presence.
Madagascar is blessed as the natural home of the lemurs, and lemurs are unique. And if they disappear, it is not only going to be a major loss for Madagascar, but for the entire world, because these animals are truly a global heritage. Many tourists are coming and will continue to come to see these beautiful creatures in their natural habitats, providing many benefits to local communities. Please do not let them vanish from your forests. Rest assured that we stand ready to help Madagascar save its lemurs for the world, and especially for the benefit of the Malagasy people. Anyway, on behalf of the lemurs, thank you. Cheers.
Congratulations, Jonah. It's a wonderful honor. I remember when you were just a student at the Ranamafana National Park Project and gave your all then. And then you became my doctoral student at Stony Brook University and did that extraordinary dissertation on conservation in Manubu Reserve. I remember you coming back to Madagascar and starting to affect conservation as a leader, working for Durrell Institute on everything from lemurs to tortoises, and then moving on to Houston. Always enthusiastic and a leader of conservation values. I'm very pleased that you've been awarded this prize. I'm very pleased of all the work that you've done in Madagascar. Thank you for everything that you've done, and thank you for all the things that you are going to do in the future. I'm so proud of you. Thank you, Jonah.
Ny antsoavo dia azao ny biby madinika indrindra ity lemuriankely ity. Madagasikara manan-karena amin'ny biodiversité ka tokony azaitsika fanomezana avy an'Andriamanitra izany. Ka ity zavaboary ity zao tontolo iainana ity tsy maintsy arovantsika, azaitsika ary ho tiavintsika. Satria raha isika tsy manaza na ny biby na ny zavaboary sy tontolo iainana, mety hitranga ny loza ho an'ny taranaka atsika, ka dia hiova ny toetrandro. ka dia anjarantsika androany dia mampianatra mampandre sy mampatsiaro-tena ny olona rehetra tsara sitrapo mba ho tia ny biby kely mba tsy hamono fahatany ireo biby kely ary ho tia sy halaza ny zavaboary sy ny tontolo iainana.
We have a very exciting announcement to make, which is there's been a discovery of a new lemur species in Madagascar. Its Latin name is Microcebus jonahi, and it's named after Jonah, our director of Madagascar conservation programs, who's been a fantastic partner and one of the leading conservationists in Madagascar for many years.
Some years ago, me and my colleagues had first indications that there might be still a new species in the forests of northeastern Madagascar. To figure that out, we needed the collaborative work of more than 20 researchers around the globe. After dozens of hours of field and lab work, we now can present a new species to the world, Jonah's mouse lemur. As a constant promoter of nature conservation in Madagascar, his tireless work to protect all lemurs, we felt indebted to name this new species in honor of a lifetime achievement of Professor Jonah Ratzimbotsafi.
In this message, I really want to ask you, the people in Madagascar, to continue the effort of promoting the conservation and the education about lemurs that live in this big island only.
Bravo professeur, bravo ny ekipa miaraka aminao, bravo Madagasikara. Tomboray indray zany zao ny varika nangitra mampalaza Madagasikara. Bravo atsika mianakavy.
Iaraban'ny professeur Jonah amin'ny fahitana izay biby voalohany mitondra ny anarana izay zany varika anisan'ny kely indrindra moa zany kanefa fantatritsika fa tena sarobidy.
Ny gidrona ny varika dia harena voajanahary izay tsy misy raha tsy eto amintsika eto Madagasikara.
Antsoina hoe harem-pirenena.
Manan-karentsika manana an'io gidroa.
Zavaboarin'Andriamanitra io ka tsy maintsy ahazaintsika ireo ary tsy maintsy ho tiavintsika koa.
Aza azay na voloina na hohanina.
Tsy tokony ompiana fa tokony hipetraka any amin'ny toerana izay ara-voajanahary tokony hipetrahana.
Dia mametraka azy ho atahorana ho lany tamingana.
Aleoko ataon'ny olona mitovy endrika amin'ny vakokoto toy izay ataon'ny olona mitovy endrika amin'ny olona mihinana an'ireny.
Tokony arovatsika ny varika satria anisan'ny biby mahasarika ny mpizahatany indrindra eto Madagasikara.
Aty aminay tsara be fa hihinana gidro izay.
Tsika tsy manana liona, tsika tsy manana girafy, tsika tsy manana tigre, fa ny varika amintsika.
Adintsika sy andraikitratsika rehetra tsy ankanavaka
mba hiaro sy hanomilanja ny biby anaty ala reny ary tsy handoro tanety.
Fatifaty be io mampiavaka Madagasikara, antsika mianakavy iaro azy. Tatsika miviazo daholo amin'izay vao ary daholo ny biby rehetra indrindra fa mivarika.
Mpianentana antsika tanora mba handraindraikitra ny fiovavam-pivarika.
Manana anjara beka izay ary mahatsiaro tokony andraikitra anentana antsika kristianina rehetra mba hiaro izany zava-manana izany.
Ny varika dia anisan'ny mandray anjara amin'ny fitazonana ny endriky ny ala.
Ho anareo taranaka faramandimby tandrovy ary arovy zavaboary indrindra fa ny varika.
Antsoina sika tafika malagasy amin'ny fiarovana zavaboary.
Ndao tsika mpanara malagasy etra hiaro ny varika.
Ka dia manentana antsika malagasy mba hiaro sy ho saro-piaro amin'ireo fananam-pirenena ireo ary mitsotra indrindra any mpikaroka malagasy nahita izao voka-pikaroana izao.
Ary mampirisika nay bebe kokoa hagnano recherche maromaro amin'ny manaraka.
arabahina ianareo amin'izao fahitanareo karazana varika vaovao izao.
Congratulations, Jonah.
Congratulations, Professor Jonah. Microcebus jonahi.
Anarana jonahi, fa izy io sady anahy no anao no atsika mianakavy.
Etsy andany dia manana andraikitra lehibe amin'ny fiarovana ny tontolo iainana ny varika ka mendrika hanokanana androm-pirenena iray izy ireo anetsehana sy anetanana ny rehetra fiarovana azy.
He has long advocated and fought hard to build a large statue depicting a lemur, placed at the airport or elsewhere. For him, the lemur is a symbol of Madagascar. Professor Jonah Ratsimbazafi is a person who loves and respects his community. In addition to being a researcher, he's an analyst of the Malagasy language and has a role within the church. He insists that Madagascar is home to accomplished specialists in many disciplines and that this should be exploited for the benefit of the Malagasy people. His vision for his term as president of the IPS is to establish a history of the conservation of endangered lemurs and primates around the world. He has promised to do his best to communicate with foreign funders, encouraging them to turn their eyes to Madagascar to support the natural wonders of the island. Professor Ratsimbazafi considers it his responsibility to future generations to contribute to the development of Madagascar. He will never replace Madagascar with other countries, even those where he lived and studied for many years. He is always ready to do his part as long as he has the strength to do so.
Isaorana ny tompo matola virary izay dinganana tao, fa izahay nanompo ny asa sy ny ary ka nahavita izao.
Isaorana ihany koa ianareo rehetra izay nanolo tanana, nanampy tamin'ny fo tsy nanisy fetra nanolotra fananana.
Isaorana indrindra ilay be fitiavana, neny bakomanga nanampy sy nandrindra tsy hita havanavana. Nameno ireo banga isaoranay manokana, fa tsapanay tokoa fa izy na dia tokana miavaka soa. Bako e kamanga, ilay bakomanga, ny hetsika natao maro no avy aminy, lazaiko aminao telo nisy maminy. Fa raha ny sitrapony ny anony dia, kanefa izy itsony tsy misy ny odoria. Ka raha mbola venaina ianao no andrandraina, aloha ireo banga tsy vita sefa n'ilay bakomanga, hiezaka hitarika ity sy arivarika, hanolotra fity ho any jonahi.
Ny zavaboarin'Andriamanitra tena sabatra maranitra. Raha hajaina sy kojaina dia tena fototsy ny aina, fa raha simbana sy tsy amboarina hamono antsika marimarina.
Tsy maintsy toanana ny ezaka rehetrarehetra amin'ny fierovana n'izao arena voajanahary zao sy ny fanarenana n'izay azo arenina ary amboarina mba hiverenan'ny tontolo iainana izay nisy teo aloha ary navelan'ny razantsika ho atsika. Nisy ny fitentenana taloha hoe tsy ho lany mihitsy ny ala atsinalana, nefa hitantsika amin'izao fotoan'izao fa melany le izy ary misimba le izy. Tena ady no mila atao amin'izany fiarovana ny tontolo iainan'izany ary io arena iombonana, tena iombonan'ny olombelona rehetrarehetra maneran-tany.
Mankasitraka sy mankatelina antsika rehetra izay niara-ny asa ka nahatongavana namita izao orinantsara zao izay mirakitra ny fahitana anty tsitsidy vaovao na varika vaovao ity dia ny Microcebus jonahi ny varika jona teto mananara. Ko mankasitraka sy mankatelina tompoko, tsy hitako izay teny mavesatra tsy mafonja isaorana antsika rehetra, fa dia ny foko no isaorako antsika rehetra, misaotra indrindra tompoko, mankasitraka tanteraka.